The 2022 U.S. Golf Open will definitely go down as one of the most consequential periods in the history of the sport, and it won't be a stretch to say it has completely changed the landscape of golf. After all, it was a surreal and wild ride that lasted 2 weeks. Stick with us as we go through the most exciting moments that happened at the Country Club in Massachusetts. First up, the course at the Country Club was a hit among golfers. The Country Club is a historic venue that has hosted 3 golf championships in the past. The event is already famous for putting the golfers through thick, rough, and narrow fairways of the venue, and the golf course at the Country Club is no exception. In fact, those 18 holes are a great test of patience for the golfers. But turns out, it has received rave reviews from the golfers every single time. The same was the case with this year's participants, who were not only delighted to play at the prestigious venue, but also ready to champion those hurdles. Here's what some of the notable participants had to say, starting with Phil Mickelson, who was clearly excited to play at such a remarkable golf course. He talked about how well the trees had been lengthened since the Ryder Cup in 1999. No doubt, the golf course was a brutal test for him, but he performed to his best. Besides this, Will Zalatoris said it was the toughest golf course he ever played on, but he enjoyed it, and no doubt, that good mix of shorter and longer holes were challenging for him at several points, but he did put up a good fight. As for Jon Rahm, he didn't really care about the hurdles at all, as he seemed completely bewitched by the beautiful design and uniqueness of the architecture here. Next, we have Matt Fitzgerald's iconic shot. The Country Club has seen a lot of incredible shots during major tournaments. Now, if we talk about Matt Fitzgerald's insane shot at the 18th hole, it easily lands among some of the best. Yes, it was so good that even Jack Nicklaus was impressed. Matt entered the final hole with only 1 stroke lead over Will Zalatoris. What happened next was a nightmare. His tee shot turned left and fell into the bunker. You could tell that would have turned into a disaster that cost him a major championship. But instead of playing it safe, he hit one of the most heroic shots you'll ever see in the final hole of any major tournament. He violently went for the green and hit it with good hopes of landing par, and he did make it. It looks like fate was really working in his favor, as Will ended up missing his shot. There we had Matt as the ultimate champion. Even Will couldn't help but look at Matt's iconic shot in complete awe. Well, that's how you make a winning hit that'll continue to be shown in the highlights of the future championships. In fact, it'll live in the history of the Country Club forever. This makes him the only golfer to win several championships at this course. He also won the U.S. Amateur in 2013 here. In this way, he joins Jack Nicklaus as the only golfers to win the U.S. Open and U.S. Amateur at the same course. Talk about legends. And now, Keegan Bradley was the ultimate favorite in his hometown. Playing in your hometown not only comes with a lot of pressure, but also the endless expectations for the folks there. The same was the case with Keegan Bradley. He received some of the loudest cheers from the crowd throughout the event. Bradley was brought up in this state and also went to high school in Hopkinton, Massachusetts, so the crowd made it clear from the very first day that they were only there for their native golfer. In fact, when he walked up to the fairway during the 3rd round on the 18th hole, there were incredible chants of his name from the fans in what could easily be one of the most emotional moments during the tournament. No doubt, playing in such a setting where lots of family and friends are in attendance can be quite the challenge, and it looks like the huge pressure did end up affecting his game, as he had a poor start during the 3rd round. We can't deny he put up a good fight, but the odds were not in his favor this time. He was also one of the 7 golfers who hit below the par. He had entered the final round with just 2 shots behind the leaders, but ended up at 1 under, despite the harsh finish. You can't deny playing at his home ground was an experience that he'll never forget. Up next, 2 kids took Jon Rahm's ball. No doubt, the crowd of the Country Club provided a lot of excitement and energy throughout the 2-week event. Such a raucous atmosphere is definitely important for major events like this. Most of the crowd was pretty well behaved, except for 2 kids who took Jon Rahm's ball on the 18th hole. Yes, you heard that right. In fact, it was one of the craziest moments of the event. Jon made a tee shot on the 18th hole, but it veered left towards the broadcast positions. What happened next was insane, to say the least. According to him, 2 kids went towards the ball and one of them took it and ran away. And then he was forced to leave that area without any penalty. When asked about the age of the kids, he said they were probably teenagers. Parents, watch out for your teens. He was 2 under through 8 holes before finishing with 2 bogeys and 1 birdie. Definitely, it wasn't the best round for him, but finishing 1 under on a windy day at an already difficult course isn't bad at all. He also said that the course was very hard to play on. Now, in other related news, the prize money for the U.S. Women's Open doubled to $9 million. It looks like KPMG Women's PGA Championship is being considerate about inflation, as they just almost doubled the size of the purse to $9 million. This is almost triple the amount from a decade ago. To be exact, this is 300% increase from the winning amount in 2014. In this way, the winner will get $1.35 million. And no doubt, the KPMG and PGA put a lot of effort into it. They took the LPGA Tour to some of the fabled courses to raise the prize money for the championship. Besides this, the USGA signed up with Pro Medica to double the prize money from what was already the largest among the LPGA majors. If we take a look at other championships, the Amundi Evans Championship had recently announced a $2 million increase, making the prize total $6.8 million. Besides this, the Women's British Open also increased the winning amount to $6.8 million. As for the Chevron Championship, the winning total is $5 million, which is a $2 million increase from the last tournament. Next, Saudi Arabia changes the golf landscape. If you don't know about the LIV Golf Invitational Series, then you're forgiven because even the people who love golf don't know about it. It's a Saudi-backed professional golf tour that's been majorly attracting the top golfers from European and PGA Tour. So it's literally about to change the whole landscape of golf. It's been described as golf but louder, and the fact that it's been bankrolled by Saudi Crown Prince and billionaire Mohammed bin Salman. You can guess the attraction for the players is actually the louder money and not the louder golf. In fact, two of the biggest stars have already signed to the LIV circuit. First up is Phil Mickelson, who apparently has been guaranteed a whopping $200 million. Besides this, Dustin Johnson is also rumored to join with hopes of a private jet. And finally, LIV golfers banned from Scottish Open. Here's some bad news for the fans. The European Tour has banned LIV golfers, including winners like Sergio Garcia, Martin Gamer, Louis Oosthuizen from the Scottish Open due to their participating in the rival circuit. Well, they had already been warned about the harsh outcomes of participating in the Saudi-backed LIV series, and now they have to face the consequences, which include suspension from the Scottish Open as well as a hefty fine of $120,000. And it doesn't get any better from here. Not only do they have to face the suspension from the Scottish Open, they're also not allowed to participate in the Barracuda Championship and Barbasol Championship. It's because all of these events are co-sanctioned by the PGA and European Tour. Besides this, the golfers have also been warned that if they continue to be associated with the LIV series, then they'll have to face further sanctions. And as a reaction to these harsh actions, some of the golfers have decided to leave the PGA Tour for the LIV series. This includes former champion Brooke Koepka and Abraham Ancer, who's ranked as the 20th best player in the world. That's a wrap for the video. What was your favorite moment from the US Open 2022? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more amazing videos like this. See you in the next one.